Trump's lawyer exposed the Democrats like never before. Check it out.
Division, political gain, and let's face it, for House Democrats, President Trump is the best enemy to attack.
During the Senate impeachment trial, David Schoen played a series of clips showing Democrats had done the very things they accused Trump of, and he came armed with plenty of receipts.
And did you tone down the rhetoric last summer? Did you condemn the rioters? Or did you stand with Nancy Pelosi, who said, people are going to do what they're going to do?
And today, we're covering it all. So, if you believe truth isn't partisan, hit the subscribe button and let's jump right into it.
Hatred, animosity, division, political gain, and let's face it, for House Democrats, President Trump is the best enemy to attack.
I want to say this for Donald Trump, who I may well be voting to impeach.
Donald Trump has already done a number of things which legitimately raise the question of impeachment.
I don't respect this president, and I will fight every day until he is impeached.
That is grounds to start impeachment proceedings. Those are grounds to start impeachment. Those are grounds to start impeachment proceedings. And yes, I think that's grounds to start impeachment proceedings.
I rise today, Mr. Speaker, to call for the impeachment of the President of the United States of America.
I continue to say, impeach him! Impeach 45! Impeach 45!
On the impeachment, Donald Trump, would you vote yes or no?
I would vote yes.
I would vote to impeach.
Because we're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the mother.
Now, for some context, David was one of Trump's attorneys during the second impeachment trial in the Senate, and he had a tough job on his hands. The momentum was firmly with the Democrats since the trial took place barely a month after January 6. Their plan was straightforward. First, secure a conviction on the charge of inciting an insurrection, which required 67 votes. Then, once that passed, bring a separate measure to bar Trump from ever running for office again, which only needed a simple majority. But to make that move stick, they needed the conviction. That's why David spent a big portion of his defense exposing how hypocritical Democrats were, rolling clip after clip of their own past rhetoric. And he didn't stop there. He followed up with another round, showing them openly calling for violence.
The House managers spoke about rhetoric, about a constant drumbeat of heated language. Well, as I'm sure everyone watching expected, we need to show you some of their own words.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
That's a totally normal, not all unhinged laugh from someone who almost became president. What's even more telling is the Democrats haven't changed their rhetoric one bit. And if you're wondering where that kind of talk leads, just look at the wave of political violence we've seen since last summer. It's not just politicians being targeted now. Even activists like Charlie Kirk aren't spared. But in 2020, it wasn't a lone wolf incident. Instead, the charged rhetoric spilled straight into nationwide BLM riots. That's the exact point David highlighted next. But before we play how Democrats contributed to making the issue worse, a quick reminder, we just launched our merch store. It's amazing. You're going to love it, and every purchase helps us continue bringing you stories the media tries to bury. So make sure to check it out. Now, back to the video.
And did you tone down the rhetoric last summer when all of this was happening? Did you condemn the rioters, or did you stand with Nancy Pelosi, who said, people are going to do what they're going to do?
This is a movement, I'm telling you. They're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after.
Destroying property which can be replaced is not violence.
This is an apartment complex on fire.
And it just collapsed. Their building just collapsed.
I have nowhere to go now. These people did this for no reason.
This is just a snapshot of some of the damage that people will be waking up to.
Going up, but police clearly...
I'm proud of New York, and I'm proud of the protests.
There is damage everywhere you look. Honestly, it looks like a war zone.
Heartwarming to see so many people turn out peacefully.
They keep doing it day after day after day. That darn country is a nation of protests. The Patriots were protesters.
They're not going to let up, and they should not.
It's like they were quietly enjoying watching the riots and chaos unfold in real time. Now, it's fair to say, comparing the two moments can create a false equivalency, and neither side was in the right. But let's not pretend those BLM riots didn't target federal and local government buildings across major cities. So for Democrats to hammer only January 6 while ignoring the damage and danger of the 2020 riots is flat out hypocritical. The same goes for the right. Calling out BLM while pretending the Capitol breach wasn't serious is its own form of mental gymnastics. But David's real slam dunk came when he played a clip showing how Democratic lawmakers tried to overturn the results of the 2016 election. So, here we go.
You claim that it's wrong to object to the certification of election results. You, along with your allies in the media, attempted to cancel and censor members of this chamber who voiced concerns and objected to certification. Manager Raskin, you'd been in Congress only 3 days when you objected in 2017. It's one of the first things you did when you got here.
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
Is the objection in writing and signed not only by the member of the House of Representatives, but also by a senator?
It is in writing, Mr. President.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
Mr. President, I object to the certificate from the state of Georgia on the grounds that the electoral votes were
No
not...
debate.
I object to the certificate from the state of Alabama. The electors were not lawfully certified.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina because of the massive voter suppression and the closing of polling booths.
There is no debate. There is no debate.
I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter
There
of
is no
objection?
debate.
The objection is signed by a member of the House, but not yet by a member of the Senate.
Well, it is over.
Now, thankfully, they didn't have sitting senators willing to back their objections back then. But they still tried, using every excuse they could think of, from Russian interference to voter suppression and plenty more. The clips David played made one thing obvious. The easiest way to expose a Democrat is to roll their own past statements. There's never a shortage of contradictions to pull from, because their positions shift depending on where the public mood is at any given moment. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this story. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, keep thinking.